What up, YouTube universe? This is the original awesome scuba diving, smooth like a dolphin, fierce like a tiger. And I'm back at it again. And what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about the big elephant in the room, so to speak. Talking about why is black women losing in the dating market. It's a touchy subject right here. Well, statistically, 3 out of 4 black women won't get married. Ain't that strange? 3 out of 4. That means one of them will get married. And that's with anybody. If you look at the black demographics, and I think I know why. Black women really believe, and they taught themselves to devalue and demoralize black men, which is delusion to grandeur on this very land. So you got to understand this. It's been going on for years now. See, back in the days, they didn't have all of this. They were more standing on business, which it didn't matter about the income of a man, because the modern day women back in that time zone knew how to appreciate what. And the percentages was different. That's why they was getting married more back in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. It started falling off. 80s started going deep. We ain't never had a rise since then. since the 70s. It's 2025. We talking about 40, almost 50 years ago. All right. So this delusion, the grandeur, and this devaluing towards the black masculinity. And I'm gonna be real with you. I really truly believe this too. The feminine movement actually pushed black women away from black men because you always heard, "Oh, go get a job, girl. Go to school, girl." If you look right now at black demographic, the most women who got that's doing something, that got money, degrees, and all that, they're the most of getting away from marriage than the ones who don't have all of that. Look it up. Go to black demographic to look it up. Most educated black women are the ones who don't get married most. Remember, 1 out of 4. That's not a good number. And if you compare to all the other races, this my sister's still the lowest as far as getting married. So, you know, this withdrawal is an ongoing saga that's been popping off for years. And if you look at it, the option that black men have, we get married more than black women. Look that up. And this with any other culture. Why is that? If you look at it, the black man is still more dominant as far as pay than black women. We still make more than them. So the opportunity to get married by any of the other non-black women is up to us. So that's why you see a lot of passport bros. That's why you see other people in different cultures. You know what I'm saying? So we possess the marriage, they possess the sex. And if you look at all the other cultures that is locking up with black men, they're willing to do things that black women won't do. If you ever heard a black woman say, "Oh, he he messing with her because he too weak," he ain't strong enough. That ain't true. That's not true at all. What it is he's marrying what appears to be feminine. Because so many black women these days are very masculine, very masculine. And it causes an effect and changes in personality. Encountering one masculine man with finding a feminine woman who is submissive, cooperative, respectful. All women have a deadline. That's time. All women. So you got a certain amount of time to get your act cleared up before we say, you know what, I'm done. And we ain't just saying it, we showing you. You understand? You gotta look at it like this. Black men as a whole, we're like the buyers. Black women are the sellers. Okay. And you have to convince us to buy in. So far, a lot of us brothers ain't buying in. Let's just be real. Be real about it. Yeah, we're taking our talents elsewhere. Mhm. Only thing black women got similar to white women is divorces. But they still marry more than black women. But they're similar in divorce. That's it. Still at the bottom. 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4. And to me, I think when you really think about it and you look at it, because I'm out here dating, I know what time it is. Black women have separated themselves from being competitive to get the black man. They no longer care. It's like whatever, you know what I'm saying? You get some of them on here talking about how they don't give a damn. Well, that's how you get Becky and you know, you get Becky, you know what I mean, sliding through. You know, they always gonna do something for a black man too. So can't get mad. Even though they do. They get mad when they see a motherfucker what it do, man. They be turning their face and wondering how. Well, how you was raised. Your beliefs. That's how. You know. And as black men, as the buyers, and the black women forget to be sellers and be competitive in the dating market. See, black men is usually we're the most easiest men to get along with because we have no we wasn't raised to be uh away from a certain group. We can date who we want, marry who we want. That's why we have a better marriage rate than black women. Straight up. So all the non-black women are acceptable to us because they're competitive to try to get us. Okay. Well, you see a lot of interracial dating. And that gives us not just options, but they're offering more than what we see growing up amongst black women, who again, who have already gave up competitively wise to black men. And that's why you see it ain't getting better. Okay. That's what's really going on. And if you look at the moral point of it's a crippling effect that caused the highest measurable dysfunction in families because they'll have kids by us, but again, they're not no longer engaged to be married now. They're no longer showing competitiveness for it as well. And you see this, and it's been going on. The decrease been popping off since the 70s. And it has been just going down. Nothing went up. Nothing has went up since then. And this is 2025. Like I said, back in the time, black women was proud to be married with a black man. It was less what they call that movement, the feminine movement. It was less all of that stuff. You know, women knew to cook, clean, be housewives. And we had more success then with a little of the money that we making now. So then we had less success financially. Now we got more success, less black on black marriages. Look at black demographic, you see it yourself. You be like, damn, percentages like And if you really look at the bracket, how did black women fall from being acceptable as far as marriage and for a black man to mate to simply being destroyed on the number value. Again, 1 out of 4 black women don't get married. And that's with any race. That's not just with blacks, that's just with any race. You know. So the modern day black women idea of love, it has to be something that you can't learn from your predecessors because they haven't taught y'all pretty much a lot. They just haven't. They haven't taught you how to stay married. They haven't taught you how to get married. In that case, it wouldn't be 1 out of 4 of y'all. And again, the most thing y'all got in common with the white women is divorce rates. That's it. Y'all divorce more than y'all get married. That's crazy. And the modern day black woman has distanced themselves with this delusion of grandeur that only forces themselves to be uncomfortably issue driven and undesirable. You got to believe the statistics of black demographic. Again, 1 out of 4 black women get married. Right there, it's bad news. And look how far it was back in the days where, again, they were so happy to be married. They were so happy to walk across the aisle with a black man. Our traditions were very different. Yeah. Yeah, you get some of these damn heifers getting online talking bad about black men, but then at the end of the day, they look worse because 1 out of 4 of y'all get married to anybody. Us black men, we really like we grooving. We got non-black women. We got options now. We got options. And yeah, you might floss your degree, what you do, but you're gonna end up alone. You're gonna end up alone. The more higher you get on that degree and pay rate is how lonely you're gonna be. If you look at the statistics of black demographic, more women who have money are not married. Because what they do is they try to date above their pay rate. And the people that's above their pay rate ain't even looking at them. You better recognize. So y'all got to get it together. I got to learn from the very, ain't a lot of what black women that's married. Learn from them. If you didn't learn it from your mama, if she ain't married, you didn't learn it from who raised you that ain't married, you're going to have to learn from somebody that's married. That's one thing I truly believe. No one can teach you to be a housewife if they're not one or wife at all. You can't just wake up one day and say, "Oh, I can get married." You like, huh? How? Hey, bro. So I want y'all to really take that into consideration on why I be making videos is to really reconnect the passion that once was. If you did it once, you could do it again. Even though it was way back then, though. You know what I'm saying? The values are different. The circumstances are very different. But it's true. It's something that people gotta look into, you know, and realize like, damn, y'all the lowest ones to get married. Black women? Well, why is it? You know, why is it y'all the lowest ones to get married? And I mean 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4. And all you other people, they get married left to right. So y'all gotta step it up. Y'all gotta step it up. Everything that y'all was taught was wrong. You know, it just was wrong. You gotta reinvent yourself with meritable values. A lot of y'all don't want to hear it. Some of y'all think I'm full of it. But just look at the black demographic. Don't listen to me. Look at the percentages. How so far y'all away from what y'all used to be like? And we talking about a time where Jim Crow was still around. Segregation. It was way more crazier than then than now. So as far as black folks, so I mean, financial black Americans, we went through a lot and we're still going through things, but it was different then than now. You know, now black men got options now. Now we can date non-black women. It's like, okay, y'all don't want to. I know somebody who looks at least 3% better than you, who's willing to do whatever I want them to do. Then I come back home from work, boo. They gonna cook, they gonna clean. Mm? They ain't gonna put up a fight and do this stupid stuff on the scene. So you got to get away from the old and try to bring in the camaraderie and chemistry that you have never done again. You're gonna have to figure that out because you're losing. You're losing. You're losing. You're losing. You're losing. You're not winning. You lose. You know, that's the biggest downfall in black community. Thinking you winning when you go home and you either got kids, single or plural, none at all, and you go straight to your bed because you ain't got a man to rub your head. And it's not having one, it's being married to one. It's the problem. Because y'all can get a dude. Y'all may not know how to keep him, but y'all can get him. You know, I almost feel like y'all got to make a time machine and go back in time and learn from them and then come back. Straight up. Go back to the 1940s and 50s or something, figure it out. And then get back in the time portal and come your crazy ass back. They gonna set you straight. They gonna look if you was to get it. Matter of fact, if you was to make a time portal and go back, they'll be looking at y'all like they lost y'all lost y'all damn minds. What the hell? They won't do that. If black men did that, see, we not the ones that's losing out on the marital part. We're not. We might be uh some of the lowest earners, you know, but we still make money. Even if it ain't 100,000 a year. Majority of black men make up to 40 to 50 a year. The ones who possess jobs. So you may not be the top earners in numbers, but we still work. The problem is it ain't enough for these modern day black women. That's the problem. They want the baller, they want the, shot caller, but don't know how to keep a regular man. How you gonna get that, baby? How you gonna get that if you don't know how to keep the dude who working at Food for Less? You expect to just leapfrog and go get you A LeBron James. Uh, you can't do that. LeBron been with his wife since he was in high school. Since he was in high school, you rarely see a wife being together with a man, a black man, both black couples. You rarely see that. You can't even talk about a whole lot of black couples. You just can't do, even in a star celebrity right now. I can talk about Ice Cube. He's married with his wife for a long time. That's probably just about it. You can't really. And big up to Q. We one of the greatest rappers that ever lived. All right, NWA up in this bitch. But that's it. Like you can't really, if you really look at it, the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of black marriage. It ain't. Even a star celebrity status, black women are still the lowest to be married. 1 out of 4. That says a lot. And it's because they've been indoctrinating and straight up futile feminism, which have destroyed many families and push away the natural ability of being submissive because it's what you want to do, not what the family need to do. I hear that a lot. I want to do that. I want to do. I feel. I don't like that. Life's about really sacrificing. It is. You're gonna have to first sacrifice something and settle, or settle for nothing. It's up to you. You either sacrifice something or settle for nothing. For all the black women who's single as a plate on the table with nobody else around you, you're gonna have to sacrifice something or go to bed forever with nothing. What I mean by sacrifice? Your pride. Your pride. Settling ain't that bad. You're gonna have to tell yourself that. You might make some money, maybe a 45,000 earner a year. You're gonna have to accept some change from here and there. See, back in the days, they used to do amazing things with little damn to nothing money. There's no excuse now because yeah, black women getting a degree, getting that cash too. You feel me? But you still end up single. Still end up non-marriable. You done win. Don't tell me you went and did all this to get a master's degree, bachelor's degree, PhD, and you still goddamn single, baby. What possess you to be single with skills? Something tells me it ain't gonna be right. It ain't gonna be right. So y'all gotta figure this out. Y'all gotta get to the churches, meet some good black folks in the community that's married with each other. Learn. Don't look back. Learn. If you young, remember, time is the biggest deadline. For all you women out there, time is the biggest deadline, which means you do got a deadline, all of y'all. You don't get it in time, kiss that behind goodbye. You be up in age looking for some YNs to help you out. I had to pay some bills or something, get that nigga money for his car. Let him know he a black star. You gonna have to do something. Because it ain't free. Even the old sugar bombers know what's up. They know what time it is. To break them ninja off. So them young ninjas, them young YNs, if they true player about it, yeah, they gonna have to be like, look, Granny, yeah, my car note coming up. That be your future. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me then. Just it'll happen. That time is gonna curse you for a deadline. That's what time do to you women. Time curse your deadline. Means you got to get it right away. It ain't no I'm gonna wait 10 years from now. No, I'm gonna wait. You ain't got that much time. You can sit back and think everything gonna come to you in good fashion and watch what happens. Time, again, to all y'all modern day women, is y'all biggest deadline. It's time. You got a good within that 35-year range. So you teetering up there and you still ain't made it. Mm, mm, mm. And don't think because you got money, you winning. You go, oh, I got this, I got that. Is you married? But look at this. No, no, no. Is you married? Are you married? No, but I wouldn't. Do you know that's a red flag? You got all this money and you ain't married yet? That makes it even worse. For those who got the bread, though, that makes it worse for you. Dude gonna figure out like, hold on, you got all this bread, but you not married? Hmm? And first thing they do, what they do? They blame it on the black man. Well, he wasn't strong enough to do. His pay rate wasn't what I wanted it to be. You know where this gonna end you to, right? You in bed lonely with all of this money. So I want y'all to really take a pause amongst yourself and find some type of uh, soul searching to figure out why is it that black women are losing in the dating market? Why is it that y'all can't seem to get it right? And the older women is the ones y'all need to really be looking out for. Y'all need to be trying to get the game from them. Y'all do. Because them the ones who were married more than you, they ain't heifers. They were married more than y'all. Ain't a lot. Even right now, ain't a lot of y'all married. One out of four. One out of four. And don't listen to no damn woman who's single. Remember that.